Alright, time to practice. Hello, welcome to another video by Johnny, and this is a regular practice session with class IELTS 33 and 35. We have come to a conclusion that this class will remain at this hour, and when Miss Yuen take her exam, well, she will just take her exam, and the other 3 people, they will remain here and continue to study. So we keep this hour, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. And hopefully there will be more people joining us. This class is really long now. I mean, it's been a long time. So let's do practice part 1 first. Number 10. Sorry, I have been talking too much yesterday. Now, so let's do TV program. So Miss Yuen, please, what kind of TV programs do you like?
Oh, in fact, I didn't watch TV much. Can I say again?
Sure, you can try again.
I don't often watch TV programs because I use my phone, my mobile phones, and I also search and watch on YouTube. This is social media platform.
It's a social media platform, I see. So, Miss Yuen, do you often watch programs on the TV or on your cell phone?
Oh, in fact, I usually watch programs on my cell phone because this is more convenience, and this is make me feel comfortable because this is quite comfortable because moreover this is quite private.
Private. This is quite private.
Yes.
Okay. So, Miss Ngan, please, what kind of TV program do you like? What programs do you like?
Well, recently I quite interested in Running Man show.
Running Man? You mean the Squid Game thing?
Yeah.
Is it called Squid Game?
Sorry, I don't understand.
No, it's not Squid Game.
It's not Squid Game. Okay, it's another thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
As Running Man show, it's really fun. Make me fun and laugh a lot when attendance. They
When
have really
attending,
good
when
and
I attend, or when attending?
attendance.
No, when I attended it.
Yes, when I attended, I feel really fun.
No, I feel really fun and
I feel really fun and the attendants, they have a really natural interaction in this show and make me laugh a lot.
and make me laugh a lot, I see.
Yes, but the most favorite show is How Do Is Made in a Discovery Channel. These programs give me the knowledge how the things is made and the whole process of a production. So I learn a lot from this program.
Yeah, you learn a lot from this program and production, I see. Very good. So now, Miss Wan, please. Do you often watch programs on your TV, on the TV, or on your cell phone?
Then I don't want to watch the program that have a control about government or another person, so I prefer to watch program on myself.
Prefer to watch.
I
prefer to watch.
I prefer to watch.
I'm high.
Prefer.
I prefer to watch
program that I can choose on my cell phone.
I see.
That that can be YouTube program that I have followed, and or from Facebook or
It was my don't worry. Yes.
or TikTok.
Okay. All right. So, do you like watching the same kind of program all the time, Miss On?
Yes, because there are some topic I am really into it, and there are some another thing I have no interest at all. So I like watching the same kind of program. I like all the time.
Oh, I see. All right. How about you, Mr. Young? Do you like watching the same kind of programs all the time?
No, because I'm usually change a lot of program while watching TV. Like after watching movies on movie in some channel, and then I pass to cartoon. So still I watch until news. So then I go away.
Well,
I don't
so so what do you think about TV programs in your country, Mr. Young?
I think my TV programs in my country is really or plain với vẻ tabu thôi.
What do you mean?
Plain.
It's very plain. No, it's not. It's not interesting at all. You mean it's plain and it's full of taboo and no, sorry. It's plain. Nó lạc lẽo lắm. It's plain. Nó lạc lẽo, vô vị. It's plain and then what else?
Như là nó được dùng thôi.
Say again?
Nhưng mà từ đó được dùng thôi.
Of course, you can use it's plain. It's simple and it's plain. Đơn thuần và nó rất là đơn điệu, vô vị. It's simple and it's plain.
Because just only news on like the program, and it's probably programs native TV is the most that I like in Vietnam. But other is I'm just watching from another countries like Cartoon Network.
Cartoon Network's good.
HBO.
HBO as well, yeah.
Yes.
Now, so okay, so Miss Yuan, please. Do you prefer international TV programs or national ones?
I think I prefer international TV programs because this not only improve my knowledge but also make me feel happy, feel joyful because my national TV programs how to say that?
How to say?
This like many TV show like Running Man. This is begin start organized in Korean.
In Korean, I see. It's in Korean language.
And then it come back to Vietnam.
It come back to Vietnamese language, you mean?
Yes, and then it come back to Vietnamese language.
Vietnamese language.
Yes. So this is why I feel like international TV programs they do it and before Vietnamese, other Vietnamese cái khúc này khó này. Giống câu nói là cái nó ở bên nước ngoài trước rồi sau đó mình cứ
Well, you mean it appear first? It appear first in another country and then it always appear in Vietnam. You mean the Vietnamese version always appear later? You mean?
Yes.
So you mean like so you mean that the original TV programs are always something foreign, but then it seems that a lot of Vietnamese channels, rất là nhiều cái kênh TV ở Việt Nam, a lot of Vietnamese channel, những kênh của Việt Nam, we copy it, we just copy it, so there is no originality, không có cái tính nguyên bản. There seems to So there seems to be a little originality in what we do. Thường dường như có ít cái sự tính nguyên bản hay là tính nguyên gốc trong những cái gì chúng ta làm lắm, toàn copy không à. It's all copying, you know, it's just little originality in what we do.
Yeah.
And that is really bad, you know, because it depicts, or basically it shows that the whole country is lacking in creativity. Cả đất nước bị thiếu tính sáng tạo nghiêm trọng đó. It's like the whole country is lacking in creativity, really a lot. Now, so what do you think, Ms. Ngân? Do you prefer international TV programs or national ones, and why?
It's quite hard to say which ones I prefer, but it depends on person to person and the demand in different periods in life. But for me, it is best to follow both international news. While we know what's happening in this world, and also local news is quite close to our daily life.
It's quite close to what happened in our daily life, you mean?
Yes, we should update something happen in our country, and then we can apply and tuân thủ.
If we can apply and abide by the rules, you know, abide by the rules.
Yes, by the law accordingly, I think.
Tuân thủ luật pháp, quy định. Do you know the difference between abide and obey?
Yes, obey.
Abide means that you follow the rules, but you still question it. You can still question it. But obey means without question.
Yeah.
Obey là tuân thủ luật pháp mà theo kiểu mà mù quáng, không cần biết là nó đúng hay sai. But abide là tuân thủ nhưng mà có biết cách đặt ra câu hỏi là liệu cái luật nó đúng hay không. Luật nó có đúng hay không, không đúng thì không theo. So, okay, so basically that's it. So, Ms. Oan, please, what do you think about TV programs in your country?
Well, in my opinion, I don't watch TV program. And I think that from one side view, so it's not about multi-type, and we should create some our own version of TV show also, as well as have the multi-type view of information in TV programs.
You mean like we try to convey, we try to educate the public with like information in our TV program, you mean?
Em nói là đa dạng hóa hay?
We need to make it varied. We need to make TV to make it varied. Chúng ta cần làm nó đa dạng. We need to make it varied, you know.
Yes.
Varied is an adjective that means like, you know, diversity, diverse. Or maybe it's better to use the word diverse as an adjective.
We need to make it diverse and objective.
Productive or
objective.
Objective. Khách quan. Because a lot of TV programs, it's very, it's not objective. Not chủ quan. It's very subjective. You know, a lot of TV program, I think.
Chương trình thời sự.
Well,
news,
just news basically.
Yeah.
National news and daily news. So, Ms. Oan, do you talk with your friends about the program you watched?
Since I don't watch much about TV program.
You don't watch TV
I-
program much, you mean?
Since I don't watch program much and haven't a little interested in it.
You have a little
only
interest in it, you mean?
a little interest in it. So it's not about a topic I talk when I'm with my friends.
I see. So, like I see, would you like watching the same kind of program all the time? Is that?
Yes, there are some program that I really into it. For example, Discovery, about business, or about international politics. So I watch it all the time when I have a free time.
You mean political channels?
Yes, political channel.
I think it's a channel about politics. I think it's called channels about politics, not political channels. Channels about politics. Những cái kênh về chính trị. This just channels about politics. Okay. Now, so let's go to part 2 and part 3 now. Okay, so let's do Trinity. Okay, let's do Trinity and we move on to the history one, okay? Let me move this one here. Okay, number 20, it's about a tradition in your country. Describe a tradition in your country. You should say, miêu tả một cái truyền thống trong đất nước của các bạn. You should say what it is. Truyền thống gì vậy? Who take part in it? Những người nào tham gia vào cái truyền thống đó. What activities there are? Có những hoạt động nào đó. And explain how you feel about it. Giải thích bạn cảm thấy thế nào về cái truyền thống đó. So about it here is about the tradition. That tradition in your country. Okay, I'll give you 1.5 minutes for this one. 1 phút rưỡi. Bắt đầu. Alright. So, Miss Yuen, are you ready? Can you describe a tradition in your country, Miss Yuen, please?
Yes. In Lunar New Year's, this is one of the most crucial occasions.
It's on Lunar New Year.
On Lunar New Year, this is one of the most crucial occasional in Vietnam, more in Asian country.
One of the most crucial
like
occasion.
That occasions, yes. This is one of the most crucial occasions in Vietnam, more in Asian country. Many Vietnamese people typically in my mother generation, typically in my mother generation, and they always organize to make chun cake. Yes, this always happen in before Lunar New Year 10 days.
10 days before Lunar New Year, yeah.
Yes, 10 days before Lunar New Year, they chun cake is where with many special seasoning.
You mean chun cake is basically
the shape of chun cake is where.
The shape. You don't need to basically go deep into describing chun cake, you know, because you're going out of topic. Có chuẩn bị lạc đề nha.
Okay, sorry.
Don't go deep into that. Đừng có đi sâu vào miêu tả chun cake nha. Đang nói về tradition mà. We're talking about tradition now.
Okay.
Be careful.
Okay. And they took They took 20 hours to make this with many people because
it takes 20 hours to make this.
it
Because you're
takes
talking about
20
tradition.
hours.
So it's a habit. It's something that
Yes.
happens like a fact. So we
Yes.
use present simple, okay? Một cái thói quen, một cái truyền thống gì đó mình dùng
Yes.
hiện tại đơn là được rồi. It takes 20 days, 20 hours just to make chun cake.
Yes. This take 20 hours to make chin cake with the help, with the participation of many people. Yes, and finally, I just want to say that I feel really happy with the dynamic atmosphere, and I want to remain and maintain this tradition.
So you want to maintain this tradition, don't say remain, you know. Remain
Yes.
là còn lại sau một cái biến cố nào đó. Remain means like you are the one who are left after a huge incident, after an accident or after something. You are the one that remains.
Yes.
But you want to maintain that tradition. Very good. To maintain, bảo tồn cái truyền thống đó. To maintain the tradition. Alright. Now,
because this is not only a joyful activity, but also a national image.
What? A national image?
Yes, because
it's a part of the it's a part of a national identity of Vietnam. Là một phần của cái gọi là bản sắc của dân tộc Việt Nam.
Yes.
Of the national identity of Vietnam. Bản sắc văn hóa.
Sorry, because I have a lot of mistakes. Because just think and talk, I'm not finished.
You're not finished
but
yet?
I just talk. Yes.
But you need to be ready because your exam is coming very soon.
Yes.
Now, so Mr. Young, please, can you describe a tradition in your country?
Okay, so after test of Vietnam, we have the central anniversary festival of the Hồng Kings. That is the day that we remember about the công lao là gì thầy?
Of all the contribution.
Of all the contribution of the kings, the kings of all the kings that built Vietnamese as the last
You
area.
mean that built this country?
Yes, that built this country. And actually, this festival we take all Vietnam's take sport in actually and in my school. Teachers and
of course everyone celebrate.
Yes, everyone celebrates. And as right there we have văn nghệ là thế nào rồi? Văn
We
nghệ.
have recreational activities. Hoạt động giải trí. Recreational activity. Or you can say artistic activities. Những hoạt động mà mang tính nghệ thuật. Artistic activities. Or you can say art activities. Please continue.
Okay, so we have artistic activities, and we maybe learn back the history of Hồng Kings.
What do you mean learn back the history? Learn back là cái gì? What is learn back? Well, we just learn. We don't learn back something.
Remember?
Just so we basically remind it. Được nhắc lại. We are reminded of the history.
Reminded the history of Hồng Kings as right there. And well, in my opinion, I think that festival is like memory and
It's quite what?
yeah.
Memorable, you mean?
Yes, yes.
Try to not go too far, okay? I think it's already 1.5 minutes. 1 phút rưỡi rồi.
Memorable.
Memorable.
Memorable, and I can learn more about my history, my country history.
Okay, very good. Now, Miss Ngân, please, can you describe a tradition in your country?
Well, yes. Vietnam has various traditions, and one of them, I think, in Lunar New Year's, Vietnamese people have
Lunar
a
New Year.
tendency.
On Lunar New Year.
Yes,
On Christmas.
On Christmas.
On Christmas, on Mid-Autumn Festival, Trung Thu, Mid-Autumn Festival, Trung Thu.
Yes.
On Lunar New Year.
On Lunar New Year's, people have a tendency and tradition to visit a pagoda for someone who Buddhism, and go to church for people who are
Christian.
Catholic, right?
Oh, Catholic. Oh, yeah, Catholic.
Catholic, yes. And they pray for the best in health, wealth, peace, and happiness in the new year. So I think it's also a good tradition for someone who always think and try to live a meaningful life for the best years, and one is make me impressed that is they always wear the traditional costume like áo dài
Yeah,
for women. Costume. And it's a beautiful image for me, and for myself, I really love to wear this costume. Go to the church or go to some special events to show our beauty through our dress.
To that dress. Special event. Yes.
Special event, yeah.
Okay, so...
But, sorry, I just confused about tradition and what is tradition here? Or is
a tradition means something that people always do year by year. People follow the previous generation and they do it. It can be a habit, you know. Nó có thể là một cái thói quen mà con người ta tuân theo sau bao nhiêu đời. It can be a habit. It can be a tradition of making something, making a product. Một cái truyền thống để làm một cái sản phẩm nào đó qua lâu đời chẳng hạn. It can be habit that they live, drink and eat. Một thói quen ăn uống và sinh hoạt chẳng hạn. Or it can be a tradition when it comes to activities like, for example, marriage. Truyền thống ví dụ cưới hỏi chẳng hạn. It doesn't have to be just like a day, a special day or something, you know. It doesn't have to be that way. Okay. Now, so Miss Wan, please. Can you describe a tradition in your country?
I would like to describe the...
Can you go directly into the question?
Okay. Vietnamese people celebrate the Lunar New Year annually.
Celebrate annually with the Lunar New Year. Annually.
It is the first day of the first month of Vietnamese calendar. And many Vietnamese people, we are cooking special holiday food and cleaning the new house. This food include
không có include nha, không có u nha, nó là chữ u tiếng Anh đọc là IU. So u in the U in English is IU, so you include,
include,
including
sticky rice or other cakes, or the special cake for Tet. And many customs and traditions are practiced during Tet, such as visiting a person's house on the first day, or wishing New Year's greetings, or giving lucky money to children, or opening the shop on the first day. And in my memory, I really liked it when I was a child, because I got a lot of lucky money from adults, and I can have the new toys in the new year.
Toys easily. Well, when you use that money to buy, you mean? I see. Okay, then I feel great about it. You mean? Okay, let's move on to. Okay, so now we finished 20 already.
So sorry. You feel great about give the lucky money to people or to receive it?
This one? That's a good question. That's a very good question. What do you think, Miss One? Do you like to give or to receive lucky money?
No, she asked you, teacher.
Miss Nguyen asked you.
Oh, you asked me. Of course.
Yes, that's a great question.
People here.
Well, of course, I don't like to give lucky money to people. Of course, but I know, of course, it has to be give and take. You know, you have to give and then you take. It's a give and take. Có cho có nhận.
And in this year, I'm 18, and I must give lucky money for my nephew.
To your nephew?
Yes.
To your nephew?
Yeah, to my nephew.
Are you sure you're 18 now? Okay, Mr. Young is in grade 10. Maybe you should give it to him. Maybe the class should give it to him. Maybe. Okay, now let's go to no, it's 18, right? What is 18? Oh, it's about team working, isn't it? But no, I think let's go to history now. We have a lot to talk about in history.
I think we still postpone the 22.
Did we?
22.
Oh, we still have 22 to finish, no?
Yeah.
What's that? 22. It's music.
About
An event you attended.
Or we can move to history.
Right. I mean, I feel like we did talk about music before, and then I feel like this one, nah, maybe later.
Okay.
Maybe later. Now, so we have a lot of. I think we have 3 talk to for history, which is describe a historical building that you're interested in, miêu tả một cái tòa nhà lịch sử mà các bạn hứng thú. And you have describe a historical figure or historical person that you're interested in, miêu tả cái nhân vật lịch sử hoặc là cái người mà trong lịch sử mà các bạn hứng thú. Do you remember difference between historical and historic? Nhớ sự khác nhau với hai cái từ đó không các bạn? Class?
I think you could you revise us?
Of course, historic means important in terms of history. Nó quan trọng về mặt lịch sử là historic. Nó nhấn mạnh sự quan trọng. So it must be important in terms of history. But historical, it belong to history. Thuộc về lịch sử thôi. Historic means you belong to history. But historical means belong to history. but historic means you are important in terms of history. Một cái là liên quan lịch sử thôi, còn một cái là quan trọng về mặt lịch sử. These are different words, you know. And then the last one, we have historical event, miêu tả một cái sự kiện lịch sử mà các bạn hứng thú. Maybe it's better if I give you some time to think about all of these part 2, and you have part 3 as well.
Yes.
What is the best way to learn about history? Cách tốt nhất. What are the best ways, or what is the best way to learn about history? Thì cách tốt nhất để học lịch sử là gì? Do you think visiting museum to learn about history it's a good idea? Why not? Bạn có nghĩ cái việc thăm viếng những cái bảo tàng để học về lịch sử là một ý tưởng tốt hay không? Tại sao không? Why should children and people learn about history? Tại sao trẻ nhỏ và con người ta lại học về lịch sử? What do you think about the teaching of history in the school system in your country? Bạn nghĩ gì về cái sự dạy lịch sử trong cái hệ thống trường học ở trong đất nước của bạn? Okay, so basically first, let's talk about historical building first, and then historical figure and historical event. Maybe I should give you a lot of time to prepare for these 3 topics. So historical building first, and I moved this one too much. There you go. Let's talk about historical building, historical figure, these 2 first, okay? 71, 72 đó. And then we can move over to historical event. It's a lot. Okay, I'll give you some time, okay? Oh, right, time to talk about it. So let's do TRAN 71, historical building first. Okay, Mr. Yuen, please, you always the first because you're about to take exam soon. So,
Yes.
can you describe a historical building that you are interested in? Ms. Yuen, please, you first.
Yes. My historical building that I interested in is Bentham Market. This is located in the central of District 1. This market had been created before French colonization, and after the French came, the soldiers of Vietnam, they burned all the Ho Chi Minh cities, including this market. After that, the French rebuilt these ones.
So they rebuilt this one?
Yes, they rebuilt these ones. I interested in the architecture of this building. The style is really classic with the feature of orange color. And moreover, my mother always visits this market to purchase many things like fabric or vegetables. So now this is also a tourist attraction where they could view and see our traditional landscape.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And I always proud of my Ho Chi Minh City include this market and
including
this
market.
Yes, and this also a national image.
A national image.
National image.
It represents the national image. Nó đại diện cho hình ảnh quốc gia. It represents the national image.
For our national image.
Okay, good. Trong 2 phút đó. That's within 2 minutes. Very good. Now, Miss One, please, can you describe a historical building that you are interested in?
In my city, Punta Lighthouse is unsurprisingly on top of the small mountain, and it's a very beautiful an important destination for tourists in their schedule. However, even the weather here is quite hot, but we are local often go there to exercise, climbing and jogging from the below to the top of the mountain, and also with a windy path of some delightful views
What?
and passing
And somewhat? And somewhat?
delightful views.
Delightful view, you mean? Delightful view, okay.
Passing some coffee shops, yogurt shops, and some romantic couple posting for their selfies. And also, there is a small museum open there. The lighthouse is actually the first lighthouse in Vietnam, building by French.
It was built by the French. Was built by the French.
Was built by French, and that's why the design is really historical and
no, it's historic.
Beautiful.
Because now it's important, you mean?
Yes.
Now it's important, so you have to say historic. That's why it's historic.
So the design and the meaning is historic and beautiful. We also feel overwhelmed by the beautiful scenery. Overwhelmed by beautiful scenery of Vũng Tàu from above.
Of scenery of Vũng Tàu from above.
Even it doesn't have meaning for the word from the sea as another lighthouse, but we still see it like a historic building, marking memorable destination of our city.
Okay, good. Now that's good. Mr. Yuan, please. Can you describe a historical building that you're interested in?
So, let's see, yeah, gonna say is
Gonna say?
Going to be saying is
The thing that I'm going to say.
I'm going to say is Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum.
Mausoleum. Mausoleum.
So
it's called the Ho Chi Minh. I think it's called the Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum. Mausoleum. Lăng Bác. The Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum. Okay, very good. What about it?
So it was at Hanoi. It's not
at
near
Hanoi,
my
in
house.
Hanoi.
In Hanoi. I'm sorry.
In Hanoi.
In Hanoi. So while I'm staying in Hanoi, it's not here near my house. But when I went to my nhà trẻ gì thầy?
Kindergarten. When I went to kindergarten.
Yeah, I went to my young kindergarten. I had there a lot of times, but I just went there for one time. Well, while my school start, while my school kiểu tổ chức đi thầy.
Well, my school organized a trip to the place. You mean?
Yes. So I organized a trip to Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum. So
okay,
the story
mausoleum.
behind
I think
it.
It's mausoleum.
So the story behind that, is after Ho Chi Minh passed away, the people, my Vietnamese people, keep his bodies at that mausoleum right there, and it's a scar. It's really a scar mausoleum. And every time I pass there, I always remember him, and it's a part of my memories right now.
It's a part of your memory right now, I see. Okay,
So,
good. And so
I really interesting because about it because
you are really interested.
interested
You're
about
really interested in.
in
You're really interested in.
his mausoleum because I never seen Ho Chi Minh City for a long time.
I see. Interesting. I think something is interesting in your story. Something doesn't make sense too.
Oh.
You said that okay, Ho Chi Minh City, the Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum is in Hanoi, but then you said something about going to Ho Chi Minh City, which is down south.
No, I say Ho Chi Minh City there. I just say that I really interesting in his mausoleum. In his mausoleum.
I'm really interested in.
I'm just not saying anything about Ho Chi Minh City's.
I see and understand now. Okay. Now, Miss Ngan, please. Can you describe a historical building that you're interested in?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes. I'm sure that every Saigonese may
be familiar with
Notre Dame Cathedral, a Basilia of Saigon. It's located in downtown, and it also is used for tourists as a tourist attraction and destination. It's become a signature of Saigon and for visitors who come here, and this building is well known from years to years. This building was built by the French colonist. Yes.
By the French colonist.
By a French colonist.
The French colonist.
The French colonist.
The French colonist.
Yes. Whose name is the Church of Saigon at first, and it was constructed between 19th century. It is a massive building with a unique architecture and decoration.
With a unique architecture.
Yes, unique architecture and decoration, because of most of the material here. Most of the material to build this building
had to be imported from France.
Yes, imported from French.
France country, from France.
France.
French is the language or the people, but France is the country.
Yes.
It has to be imported from France.
Yeah.
From France.
Its design is unique and
unique,
and to be a signature design for most of the churches in Vietnam to follow. It has two tall bell towers, reach a height of about 60 meters.
Reaching the height of about
60 meters.
Sorry, 150 meters?
60 meters.
60 or 60? Or 16?
60.
60 meter.
Yes, meter.
Reaching the height of 60 meters.
Yes. You know, when I attend, I visited this building every Sunday when I attended the mass here, and I feel really peaceful in mind, and it's also become my prize when not only is a symbol of Catholic religion,
Catholicism.
but also is
It's
a
Catholicism, I think.
beautiful destination for every people to come here to enjoy its beauty.
Okay, to enjoy its beauty.
Yes, and I bring my foreign friends to visit when they come to Vietnam.
I see. Okay, let's move on to 72. Are you ready to talk about number 72, class?
Yes.
Okay, then you start. Now, describe a historical figure or person that you're interested in, please, Miss Yuan.
Yes. A historical person that I am interested in.
I am interested in
is Ho Chi Minh Uncle.
Oh, it's Uncle Ho Chi Minh. Just
Uncle
say his
Ho.
name. It's Ho Chi Minh. Yeah.
Yes. He's one of the bravest and the most talented people of Vietnam.
Person.
One of the
Because
most.
people is
One of the
plural.
most.
People số nhiều nha. Person is singular số ít.
One of the most talented people.
Person. I think it's one of the most talented person. I think.
People.
Okay, it's just people. Okay.
One
of the
of the
most
most
talented people because
Yes.
you are talking about a group of many people who are talented.
Yes.
So one of
Yes.
the most talented people. Okay.
And I interested in his life because he have Vietnam to escape the colonization. Moreover, he brings socialist to Vietnam, a country with a fulfillment of love and equal society. This is an ideal of him. So he left Vietnam and stayed in many countries to reach the method in order to eliminate invaders and gain independence.
We don't say eliminate invaders because we
Yes.
don't want to kill them. We just want to
Yes.
remove them.
Yes.
We just want to remove them from our country. We don't want to kill them.
Yes.
So basically, to remove the invaders. To remove the invaders and to gain independence.
Yes.
Có được cái sự độc lập. To gain independence.
To remove invaders and to gain independence.
To remove the invaders.
Invaders. Yes, and I feel very proud of him, and I always try my best to contribute for my country. Yes, and his influenced me all the times.
He influenced you all the time, I see.
Yes,
Now,
to be hardworking, yes.
To become hardworking, of course. Now, so, Miss Ngan, please, can you describe a historical figure or person that you are interested in, please?
Honestly, I'm not I'm not into history much, so it's not many to talk about historical things. But well, I can describe Trương Công Định is my historical hero in my hometown, and so when I raised up I see his statue. The statue of
Statue.
his
Statue. His statue.
statue in this
Statue.
statue of him
His statue.
in the center of my town. And then I have some research. I have some personal research about him, and I know that he was a good leader in 19th century under Nguyễn
The Nguyễn
dynasty.
Dynasty. Triều Nguyễn. The Nguyễn Dynasty.
Yeah, Nguyễn dynasty of Vietnam under Tự Đức Emperor.
Dynasty.
Yes, he best known for his outstanding leading skill to gain the French invasion at that time. And,
The French invasion. Okay.
Yes, but yes, of course, the result is not good.
Was not successful. The result
Yes.
was not successful, but
Yes, the result was not successful as people expected, but he a good sample for
he
people to learn.
was a good example for people to
Yes,
follow. I mean,
good example for people to follow, that he have tried his best to protect our nation, our people from French
from the French.
from
You mean.
French colonization.
From
for
the
the
French.
Yes, from the French colonization.
Colonization. Sự mà sự xâm lược, chiếm làm thuộc địa. The French colonization. Sự xâm chiếm làm thuộc địa của người Pháp. Okay, the French colonization. Okay, very good. Now, Yoon, please. Can you describe a historical figure or person that you are interested in?
Oh my god, don't remember it.
What? Of course you
Wait
remember.
a minute. Let I remember it. So
Okay.
it's Newton.
What?
Newton.
No, Miss One has to take care of her baby, so you first.
So I'm going to say about Newton.
Say again. Speak very clearly. Speak clearly so people can hear it.
So I'm talking about Newton.
What?
Newton.
Newton.
Yeah.
Newton. Isaac
So-
Newton. So Isaac Newton.
Okay, Isaac Newton. So this person is the one who found out about gravity. That might be playing at right now, and so I'm really interested in him because
What interesting?
interested in him because when I was really young, I heard about scientists who have a really good brain and really good at math and physics, so I really liked him at that time, but now not because he makes mistakes, and so I admire him.
Admire him.
I
I really admire him.
Okay. Admire about his.
To admire someone. You really admire him.
Admire him about his ý chí hay gì thôi.
Sorry?
Ý chí thôi.
Ý chí, basically his willpower.
His
Sức
willpower.
mạnh ý chí. His willpower and dedication, isn't it? Tận tụy.
No, it's just about willpower.
Oh, okay, it's just willpower.
So about his willpower when he's had a lot of problems in his life. So he has found out about the gravity and formula.
It's not the gravity, it's just gravity.
Okay,
Trọng lượng
gravity.
chứ không nói là cái trọng lượng con, trọng lượng chiếc, trọng lượng cả. Cho nên không có mạo từ đằng trước, không có the. We just say gravity. He just found out about gravity.
He just found out of gravity, and we can use that formula that he's found out until now.
Wait, is it F equal to ma? Is it the formula that F equal to ma that you're talking about?
Yes.
Force equal to mass times acceleration. Lực bằng khối lượng nhân cho gia tốc. Force equal to mass times acceleration, isn't it?
Yeah, and I have to learn it right now. It's a lot of pain and and my brain gonna burn if I have to learn that fast so much. So his be important because he's found he's the one who found the gravity, and that's gravity, and his project is used now for a lot of problems in our life, like about the rocket, how to launch the rocket,
how to launch rockets.
How to launch rocket.
You are going too far now, Mr. Young. Đang đi quá xa đó. You're going too far now. Okay, explain how you feel about this person. Okay, I think that's good enough. Now, how to launch rockets. Okay, don't go too far into what they did, okay? Because you have only 2 minutes. Nhớ có 2 phút thôi nha, đừng có đi quá xa về những cái họ làm nha. Okay, so Miss One, please, are you still there? Hello. Maybe Miss One, are you still there? Maybe she's still, helping her baby to, go to sleep. Never mind. Okay, let's go to 73. Describe a historical event that you are interested in. Miêu tả một sự kiện lịch sử mà các bạn hứng thú. You should say when and where the event happened. Cái sự kiện đó diễn ra vào lúc nào và khi nào. Who were involved in the event? Ai đã tham gia vào cái sự kiện lịch sử đó? What the historical significance? Or what is the meaning? What the meaning of the event is? Cái sự quan trọng về mặt lịch sử hay là cái ý nghĩa lịch sử của sự kiện đó là gì? And explain how you feel about the event. Và giải thích là bạn cảm thấy thế nào về cái sự kiện lịch sử đó. And you also have part 3. I think I've already mentioned this one already, so maybe I'll give you some time for this one, shall I? Yeah. Now, okay. Alright, so these questions are here. Okay, I'll give you like, say, 3 minutes. Okay, let's start now.
Yes.
Okay, as always, I would like Miss Yun to start first because because of course you know what's the reason. Now, please describe a historical event that you are interested in.
Yes, I would talk about Vietnam War, which happened.
The Vietnam War, which happened in the end of 1975. At this time, it ends at 1975. It doesn't happen at 1975, you know.
Oh no, in the April 13.
You want to talk about an event that happened in April 30th.
April 13th.
30th.
Yes, 1975.
April 30th.
The 30th. Yes. At this time, Vietnam undergone hundreds of years under the colonization of foreign. These were a difficult times for our country because my country divided into
divided. My country is divided. Sorry, is divided.
It divided
into northern parts and southern parts. Everyone could not connect and communicate in an easy way, so moreover they live in a poverty situation or poor situation and could not go to school. However, our soldiers were really brave and
Patriotic. It's adjective. Patriotic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Typically, at April the 30th, 1975 was the day that we gained independence from the invaders.
Was the day we gained.
We gained independence.
It was the day we gained independence.
From the
day we gain independence. The day we gain.
Yes.
The day we gain. Or you can say it's a long E sound. Sorry, a long A sound. Gain.
Air sound. Long air sound.
It's a gain.
Could you write it? Air sound. Okay.
Let's just say gain.
Gain.
The day we gain our independence.
We gain independence from the invaders.
Invaders.
Yes, finally, I say that I'm fond of this event because this concentrate on patriotism.
I think it's called patriotism. Patriotism and nationalism as well. Chủ nghĩa dân tộc nữa. As nationalism
As well. Moreover, I really proud of my father generation and my grandfather generation because they really are brave and sacrificed.
They're very proud and they sacrifice a lot, you mean?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Now, hello, Miss One, are you still there? Hello? I'm not so sure, maybe she's just busy with her baby, never mind that. Okay, Mr. Yuan, please. Can you describe a historical event that you are interested in, please?
There's the event that's name is
Speak louder, please. Speak louder, clearer.
Okay, so it's September 11 attack. It's about the plane that crashed two towers of the World Economic Center. So there was a terrorist, 19 terrorists who stole a plane, and then they stole a plane, and then they crashed into two big towers and caused a lot of people death. And
I think we call it now. We call it the 9/11 attack. We call it 9/11. 9/11. We call it the 9/11 attack. Or September 11th attack is okay. The September 11th attack or September 11th.
The meaning of it is about the security in the plane at that time. It's
20 years.
About Hồi giáo là gì thầy?
Say again?
Hồi giáo.
Islam are basically đạo Hồi, and the people who follow Islam is called Muslim.
Yeah, it's about Islam and politics.
But actually, it's those are carried out by extremists. They are carried out by extremists, những kẻ cực đoan. I don't want to mention the religion in there because every religion they are extremist. Bất kỳ cái tôn giáo nào cũng có những người cực đoan cả. We don't want to point out and name one religion. Không muốn chỉ ra và đọc tên ra một cái tôn giáo nào cả. So basically it's extremist. So the extremist, những kẻ cực đoan. So the extremists bombed the tower, isn't it?
Yes. So it's an extremist about the politics of America and that countries at that time. And I think this may be a really remarkable event in in human life about politics between
Politics, you mean politics from
each other country.
Politics. Now, good. Okay, that's actually a very important historical event. 9/11. 11 tháng 9.
Yeah.
It's a 9/11 because in American we say month first and then day. So 9 is the month, September. 11 is the day. It's a 9/11 attack. So, Ms. Ngan, please, can you describe a historical event that you are interested in?
Yes. I interested in the National Independence Day. National Independence Day on the 2nd December 1945.
National Independent, not dependent, please. National Independence Day.
National Independence Day. And after the others, revolution was launched by the Vietnam. They tried to seize the government office, and Emperor Bảo Đại abdicated after that, and ending the Nguyễn dynasty. And on the 2nd December, President Ho Chi Minh read the Declaration of Independence of Vietnam at Baden Square in Hanoi on that day. It is an important landmark, making a major turning point for Vietnam at that time and until now. It's also an important establishment day of the Democratic Republic.
Cộng hòa Dân chủ Việt Nam, right? Isn't it? Democratic Republic of Vietnam.
Đảng Cộng sản.
The Communist Party.
The
Communist Party, Đảng Cộng sản. And basically he declared đất nước Việt Nam Dân chủ Cộng hòa, isn't it?
Yes, democratic.
So basically the republic, is it called republic or I don't remember what it's called. The Republic of Vietnam, no. Cộng hòa Việt Nam, oh no, it's not. It's not the same we are talking about. It's the socialist, xã hội chủ nghĩa. It's the Socialist Republic of Vietnam. Nó gọi là nước Cộng hòa xã hội chủ nghĩa Việt Nam á, the Social Republic of Vietnam. But I'm not so sure. That name is, I think it's 1975, isn't it?
Yes, but the name from 1945 is Democratic Republic. Democratic.
Nó gọi là cái gì ta? Cái gì dân chủ á, quên mất tiêu rồi. Cái tên từ năm 45 là gì ta? Let's check. Tên nước Việt Nam 1945. Let's just check it. Việt Nam Dân chủ Cộng hòa. So basically the Democratic Republic of Vietnam. The Democratic Republic of Vietnam. And okay.
Will I continue?
Okay, I think yes.
Yeah.
Please continue.
Yes, and after that, this day become a holiday for Vietnamese to cheer the spirit of the day, and then the government imposed compulsory law to hang the flag. To recall the victory area at that time, and some big city
Some big city.
that celebrated by fireworks in a special day. In this special day, and I feel that it's really meaningful for every citizen, and not only for Vietnam but other countries who always desire
You mean desire?
Independence and freedom. Yes,
Of course.
and it is our luck to get independence already.
I think it's luck and lots of bloodshed. Đó là cái sự may mắn và rất nhiều đổ máu. Lots of bloodshed. Bloodshed. Rất nhiều sự đổ máu.
Satisfied.
Bloodshed.
By blood.
To shed blood. Đổ máu ra. To shed blood. So basically a noun is bloodshed. Lots of bloodshed. It's a noun. To shed blood, it's actually it's a verb, but bloodshed, it's a noun. Okay, lots of bloodshed. It's not just luck, because we have to choose the right moment to take the government, you know. Phải chọn đúng thời điểm. Like for example, in 1945, if the Allied, nếu quân đồng minh, if the Allied enter Vietnam after the Japanese surrendered, sau khi quân Nhật nó đầu hàng rồi á, mà quân đồng minh mà nó đã vào á, là nó sẽ thiết lập lại cái chế độ mà của Pháp. If the Allied, including the French, English, the British, and American, and a lot of other countries, if they enter Vietnam after the Japanese surrendered, then they will try to establish the French colonial government again. The French colonial government.
Yes, I agree with you.
And so basically, chính quyền thuộc địa Pháp. So basically, they would try to establish the French colonial government again, and all of our efforts would be much more difficult. So, but if we attack the French colonial government, then we violate the and then basically we become their enemy, you know, the enemy of the Allied. Nếu mà tấn công chính quyền thuộc địa Pháp thì là trở thành là kẻ thù của quân đồng minh. Mình không muốn điều đó. We don't want more enemies. So obviously we have to choose the right moment when the Allied are still busy. They have not entered Vietnam yet in 1945 to take the government, you know. Phải chọn cái thời điểm đúng khi mà quân đồng minh nó chưa có xà vào trong Việt Nam. Phải chọn thời điểm đó để mình đánh, giống như là lúc Nhật nó đang rất là yếu rồi, mình đánh đuổi nó xong rồi mình thiết lập chính quyền, thì lúc đó quân đồng minh vào không làm gì được. So when the Allied came in, the government has already been set, so we declared our independence, so they cannot do anything. You know what I mean, right? Of course. But then the French still try to come back. Người Pháp vẫn tiếp tục tìm cách quay lại mà. Of course they try to come back. Anyway, so Miss Wan, are you ready to describe a historical event that you are interested in?
Okay.
Okay, please.
I would like to describe about the day the Taliban have retaken control of Afghanistan.
Afghanistan, in Kabul, Afghanistan, you mean?
Yes, Kabul, Afghanistan, nearly 2 decades.
Decades.
After
Nearly 2 decades.
nearly 2 decades after they were kicking out by the US. And this day was impressed me because I can see the disappointed in the eyes of rural and women who are having no right in this social class in Kabul. And because in the weak period, many of Afghanistan majority fell to the insurgent group with little to no resistance.
With little resistance, với ít cái sự mà chống trả lại. With little resistance.
And the rapid fall of Afghanistan nation forces and government came to the shock of all international social media.
Okay.
Even they got a lot of investment from US for decades.
For decades.
For decades. And on the day after the Taliban take over, hundreds of people was waiting at the airport day by day and seeking for a route out of Afghanistan. And others continue to try to live and without any action in Kabul because they understood that they couldn't do anything better.
They couldn't do anything living under the Taliban rules, you mean?
Yes.
Sống dưới cái luật của tụi Taliban, living under the Taliban rules. It's of course.
After watching it, I just wonder discrimination word that everyone, especially women and girls, have a freedom in the world.
Okay, try to improve your pronunciation, please. Ráng cố gắng đi anh, cố gắng luyện tập phát âm đi chứ cách em nói nó làm người ta rất là khó mà hình dung được á. It's your pronunciation and your accent too. Thứ nhất là chất giọng, thứ nhì là cái pronunciation không có rõ ràng giữa các từ. Thà là em để ý cái vụ phát âm, nhấn âm mấy, decades phải decades. Try to be careful with your accent and your pronunciation, but most likely pronunciation, because accent you cannot change easily. Không có đổi accent được dễ dàng. Chỉ có thể cố gắng tìm cách thay đổi cái pronunciation, phát âm, nhấn âm mấy. The stress pattern, you try to change the pronunciation, it's easier to change pronunciation, you know. Now, okay, let's go to part 3. So, let's go to part 3 now. So, Miss Yuen, what is the best way, or are the best ways to learn about history? What do you think?
In my opinion, I think the problem now is many students they are not fond of learning history. Yes. So I think I will create a method that the government and teachers should organize many activities that associate with history.
Such as?
Like, for instance, the government should create and organize a trip.
Just a trip. Organize trips.
Organize trip
to go to museum or gallery related to history. Moreover, I think in school the teacher should not just because our student, including me, we just study theory.
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 We just study theory. But I hope that the teacher should reach out or organize, find more, concentrate on finding image or picture or document that relate to history.
That is related to history. I think that is related to history. Document that is related to
history. This is a good way to make students feel interested in this subject.
Maybe watching films and documents.
Yes.
But I think it's better to just make them watch films or movies is better.
Oh.
And then how about visiting veterans, những người mà cựu chiến binh thì sao? Like visiting. How about visiting veterans? How about visiting veterans? Thăm những cựu chiến binh. You can visit veterans and ask a lot of questions about war, about different periods that they fight, that they fought for. What do you think about this idea?
This is a good way.
Because they are the one who directly, have to fight, so they know exactly what happened.
And they will tell the real story, not just theory.
Well,
this is the
they
real,
just tell the
real
story. They just tell the story with their perspective. Với cái cách nhìn nhận của họ. Or with their perspective. But different people, they have different perspective. So, history, you learn history with a perspective of the winners, remember. Lúc nào lịch sử cũng được viết với cái cách nhìn nhận của người thắng cuộc cả. And basically the losers, the one who lose, are the one who know the truth. They say that.
Yes, but in fact, I think, like you said before, the teacher should take a chance for students to watch document like film. This is a good way because this is a real evidence. Because sometimes students always confused, like this is true or fake story.
Oh, I see. Oh, Windows 11. They asked me to update again. Windows 11 is horrible. I mean, it's very buggy. So that's why I have to go back to Windows 10 now. Anyway, so Miss Ngan, please, do you think visiting museums to learn about history is a good idea? Why or why not?
Yes, in my opinion, visiting museums is one of effective methods to attract people to know more about history. And when we go to museum, we can see some artifacts of the history through the pictures, through the mô hình là gì nhỉ?
Through the models.
A model and some mô phỏng.
And some what's it called? Simulation.
Simulation, yes. A
Simulation, sự mô phỏng.
Yes. Simulation.
Simulation. So simulation.
Yes. And these visual interaction are considered as good way to impress people and help them to know more about history. But I think other side, I
On the
don't
other
think
hand, you mean on the other
in
hand?
yes in the other
On another hand, or
on
in
the
another,
other
on the
hand,
other hand, on another hand, I think, or in another hand. Which one?
mm,
On the other hand, I think. On the other hand, sorry.
sometimes it's easy to confuse.
On
Yes,
the other
on the
hand,
other
okay.
hand, it's really chance for some student or some people who live in rural areas come to this museum to exposure with the
To get
historical.
some exposure with
Yes, some real exposure to the
these,
yes, these
These.
these,
these
these.
evidence. Yes,
To these
these
evidence.
evidence. So
Okay.
I think the best method of the best method is teaching them through the lesson in school or some tuyên truyền là gì vậy?
Or don't use that word, propaganda, because you know what? Propaganda is a negative word.
A negative or some
Propaganda is tuyên truyền xấu nha. It's a negative word. Tuyên truyền xấu.
So we can
So basically just through indoctrination, sự tuyên truyền giáo huấn. It's basically it's a neutral word. Sự tuyên truyền giáo huấn, indoctrination. Indoctrination. Sự tuyên truyền giáo huấn or propaganda, but propaganda is tuyên truyền xấu nha, okay? Just be careful with that word. It's not a good word to say. Like for example, a political party may use propaganda for their own benefits. Một cái đảng phái chính trị có thể dùng cả những tuyên truyền xấu để mà đánh vào đảng phái đối lập, để mà có lợi hơn cho đảng phái của họ, chẳng hạn. Đó là tuyên truyền xấu. That's bad propaganda. But propaganda itself is basically a bad word, okay? It means badly.
So, could I ask you, can we use disseminate?
Dissemination, lan tỏa tuyên truyền. Yeah,
And
we can use the
how
word
can we use that?
disseminate.
This is a negative or positive?
To disseminate information, lan truyền thông tin. I think disseminate information has a neutral tone, trung tính.
Yes.
Không tốt, không xấu. Disseminate information. I think disseminate information is neutral. Okay, nó trung tính, không tốt, không xấu. So we can disseminate information. So Mr. Yoon, please. So why should children and people learn about history? What do you think?
Okay, so I think now children have to learn about history to know about the how can I say
The what?
about memorable historical events.
Historical event, memorable historical event.
Historical events, and some is about the contribution of the people that has built their countries, or some
Some what?
kiểu mấy cái đồ vật ấy thầy.
Or objects.
Maybe the objects, the the things that we need to learn for right now.
What thing we need to learn for right now? I don't understand. Can you be specific?
Like formulation of math, physics.
Physics là sao?
Physics.
Uh-huh.
Maybe it's about chemistry too. And there's some the thoughts of the previous people that has made in Vietnam story we have the story about Mitchell and Trọng Thủy. That's the things that he's not really.
You can educate children about. You mean so through stories telling? You mean to you can help children people to learn through storytelling. Kể chuyện không?
Yes. Through storytelling or history telling.
But the question asks why should children and people learn about history? They didn't ask you how should people learn about history. Câu hỏi là tại sao cơ mà.
Chứ xong mà thầy.
Okay, then continue.
So then they will avoid the previous people problems.
So you mean avoid making the same mistake again?
Yes. And they know how they know how the things that work, that's invented or contribute about remind about the previous people contribution. Ta-da.
Yeah. So the main point is to avoid making the same mistake. But the problem is people always make the same mistake anyway, you know.
Yes, I know that.
But learning about history, there also another reason why you must learn about history. You know what? People learn about debts that people have to pay. Những cái nợ mà con người ta phải trả. Like for example, during the war, Vietnamese people actually receive a lot of support from the Cuban people. Cuba, you know, from people from Cuba, the Cuban people.
Yes.
The people from Hungary, the people from Czech and Slovakia. So of course, historically speaking, we have the responsibility to repay them somehow. Về mặt lịch sử, chúng ta có nghĩa vụ phải trả lại cho họ một cái gì đó. So knowing about history, we know about our debts. Our debts. Nó đọc là debts nha. Our debts. Our debts, những món nợ that we have to pay, and also we know who owe us something. Who owe us? Ai nợ chúng ta? Who owe us? And what? Like for example, the Korean, for example, you know what happened during the Vietnam War? Korean soldiers, they were mercenaries. Những người khai lính Hàn Quốc họ đã từng là mercenary, lính đánh thuê, and of course they are paid by the American, and that money go directly into developing South Korea. Cái tiền đó được đi thẳng vào cái chuyện xây dựng đất nước Nam Hàn luôn đó. So basically right now you can say that of course a lot of South Korean they kill Vietnamese soldiers, and they also kill innocent people too. Còn giết rất là nhiều người dân vô tội, người Việt Nam luôn á. A lot of innocent people are killed during the war.
And now the Korean.
Of course. So that's why a lot of South Korean right now they should learn humility. Rất nhiều người Nam Hàn bây giờ phải học cái tính gọi là khiêm tốn đi. They should learn humility. Sự khiêm nhường đi, because of course they owe the Vietnamese people a lot of things.
Yeah.
So they should learn humility and to not be cocky about it. Đừng có chảnh. Okay, so now last question, please. Miss Ngan, please. So what do you think about the teaching of history in the school system in your country? Of Vietnam, I mean.
Yeah. I think the teaching methods of history in the school system in Vietnam now is a hot topic for educator and for parents uh, who are concerned about the quality of their children in learning. And I think it's especially in government school, they more focus on the score. So
Of
they
course,
always
they are much more focused on gaining good score rather than
gaining
real
a
knowledge.
good score, and they always push student in theory subject and with the khô khan là gì nè?
With the what?
Ý là những cái môn học mà lý thuyết
With dry subject,
khô
dry
khan.
theoretical subject.
With dry subject with the traditional method.
Những môn học lý thuyết khô khan, dry theoretical subjects.
Right.
But you know the education system is very result based. Nó dựa vào cái kết quả chứ nó không có dựa vào kiến thức. Đó là cái vấn đề của giáo dục hiện nay á. That's a problem with the education in the whole world, not just in Vietnam right now. It's result based. If you don't deliver a good result, you are not a good teacher. That's a problem. People judge teachers based on the result they deliver. You are learning IELTS now, and if you don't score well, I will be judged. That's a problem with the education now. You know, you see the problem? It's not about the knowledge, it's about result.
Yeah.
1 phút mặc điểm bắt đầu.
Because they are quality like result oriented, so they neglect the importance of inspiration. Let students have joy or love to learn these theoretical subjects like history. And of course, we should have a step-by-step change in this method by creating or applying some two-way interaction.
You mean it's bilateral interactions? You know the word bilateral, right?
Bilateral.
Hai bên song phương á, bilateral.
Interaction.
Bilateral.
Like give a question and answer is also a one method, and another one is visual methods by presentation or give them a chance to watch a movie or material phim tài liệu này là gì?
Sorry, documentaries. Documentary.
A documentary rather than only learn from a book or read the words from book.
Okay, very good. So, what do you think, Miss Wan? Do you think that the teaching of history in the school system of Vietnam need to be changed somehow?
I think there are a lot of things to change in the method of teaching history in my country. Firstly, I think that the way teaching now is too objective.
It's too subjective, nó quá là phiến diện một chiều và
subjective.
Yeah.
And it is just only one view from the winner, and they have to put their opinion in the historical event. That's a certain thing to do in teaching history. And the second thing should be is it to derive theoretical the right theory subjects. That they put too much information about the data
about the dates, about how many people, how many tanks got killed, how many boats got destroyed. You know.
So that's obvious that the people they cannot remember well, and
they don't need to remember that actually.
And the result is a fact. That's not meaning that they don't have a knowledge in the history. And I think the way to improve it that people, the teacher can, or the system should making film or a game or game
maybe
show.
Games. Actually, gaming is good. I think
to describe about the event so people can remember it better.
You know that there is a Vietnamese game called 7554, right? Game called 7554. It's a game developed by Vietnamese developer.
I don't know this. Oh my god.
You know this one?
No.
Okay, you should download this game because basically, actually it's a good game. It's not as good as Call of Duty, but it is a good game to play. It's an action-based game, and it's a lot of how can I say, battles. Những trận chiến. There are a lot of battles in this game that it's worth playing. Actually, it's worth playing, and you got to play as, of course, Viet Minh soldiers. And so you have to fight back the French. Of course, you have also the level that you have to fight zombie as well. It's funny.
I don't really
of course,
like
zombies. Chinese zombies.
Cool.
Well, that's really cool. I mean, you should try it. Okay. Anyway, do you have any question, class?
No.
Okay, so we should so Wednesday we should do writing again. It's Cambridge 14 test 4 writing task 1, right?
Yes.
Wow, we are going too far already now. Okay, so I'll see you then. Say bye.
Bye.
Okay, that's the end of my videos. Please like, share this video with your friends, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and press on the bell button next to the subscribe button so you can get notified about my new uploads, okay? You can also press follow my Facebook, but please don't add me on Facebook as friends, okay? Cảm ơn các bạn đã theo dõi nha. Các bạn hãy nhấn vào like, chia sẻ video này bạn bè các bạn. Nhấn vào nút đăng ký kênh YouTube mình và nút cái chuông kế bên cạnh để đăng ký kênh á, để mà các bạn sẽ được thông báo về những video mới nha. Các bạn cũng có thể nhấn vào nút theo dõi Facebook mình, nhưng nhớ đừng kết bạn Facebook mình nha. Thank you and see you. Bye.